It's Chuck Schumer with good news and bad news. Okay, that's a lie, actually. It's good news and good news. Welcome to Doug in Exile. This is where the happy patriots are. Part of why we're happy is this is going to reveal everything that the Democrats have to run on. Okay, what are they going to run on? That's all I care about is what's coming in 2026, 2028. Because no matter what is going on today in and out of fashion, the thing that sticks is laws, candidates politically, I'm saying. And if the culture is backing them up in some kind of a sweeping move, with Chuck's going to try here, and we're going to laugh at him the whole way. Welcome to Doug in Exile. I hope you guys have subscribed. If you like this kind of commentary, then help me get to 1 million subscribers, or don't. You can just watch. I'm cool with that too. Here's Chuck Schumer being wrong about everything.
Mr. President, today marks the first day of the House embarking on their Epstein recess. And already, the story Republicans hoped would quietly fade is growing louder by the hour.
Oh, yeah. He calls it the Epstein recess. Now, I'm against Mike Johnson calling a recess and Republicans leaving town when they have important work to do. They had a normal scheduled recess between now and all through most of August. I'm against it. They should be doing his work because he's just now hitting some momentum. And I get it. They want their time off. That's not what these are, special times. And the entire country's at stake. But Chuck Schumer here had just revealed everything to you. Number one, that the Democrats have no issue to run on. Remember, Jeffrey Epstein is a relatively new story, a new political controversy just in the last couple weeks. So Chuck Schumer does his Google search and finds out that it's trending, and he decides this is going to be the major messaging the Democrat Party chooses to go with while the Republicans go on their retreat. He's going to go with the Epstein files, which we already know the Democrats have no moral standing on because they do not care about the victims. They never did. And they only just now found this issue gifted to them by the Thomas Masseys of the world just last week, and he's going to roll with it. But just remember, this is just saying that Democrats have nothing to run on.
Just yesterday, the Wall Street Journal reported that Attorney General Pam Bondi and the Department of Justice informed President Trump back in May that his name appears multiple times in the Epstein files.
I never countered that the Epstein flight log is where it shows up. And although they've said there's no official Epstein files, we know that Trump is all over those records because victims have named him. These were fake victims in court. They said that their testimony did not hold. This is Dershowitz, who's even defending Epstein in that court case, said they didn't hold, they had to retract their position. I think this is all a big nothing burger. Same thing with when they get out Ghislaine Maxwell. She's not going to give us any new news that we didn't know before, although I do hope she has immunity. If she has immunity, then she can, there's no reason for, if she gets, say, her sentence reversed and they're going to let her go. This is something that Tim Burchett said. There's no reason that you can't just tell the truth. Now, she can tell you everything that she knows, and I don't think she's going to reveal anything super specific about Trump, but that's what Chuck Schumer thinks you want to hear.
Let me remind my colleagues, only last week, Donald Trump told a reporter that Attorney General Bondi never told him his name was in those files. Now we know that this was a lie, plain and simple, a red-faced lie. And this revelation raises not just serious questions about President Trump,
no, it doesn't,
but about Attorney General Bondi herself.
Oh, now Bondi, what are you going to say? She's trying to cover up Trump's crimes that happened over on Epstein Island. We're going to find out everything. He has no facts. All he knows is that Trump's name. And we know now that Trump had a friendship with Epstein going way back. They were socialites that would hang out. By the way, everyone hung out with Epstein. He was this kind of rock star, whether if people knew about what was happening on the island or not, because that was largely a secret. But once Epstein actually went too far with someone over at Mar-a-Lago, Trump banned him from Mar-a-Lago for life, regardless of their friendship. He said, hey, it's over now. You just crossed a line.
Bondi has proven to do all of Trump's bidding. No matter what way you slice it, General Bondi lied to the American people.
Wait. Now he's starting to sound like Thomas Massey. Thomas Massey, who I've been going after this week because he does vote with AOC, with Ilhan Omar at times, certainly against Trump and against the big, beautiful bill. He voted with them.
She told us we'd see the report. She told us it's on her desk.
Well, sounds just like Thomas Massey, just like the sucker side of MAGA. I don't want to call you guys names or anything, but just so you know, that was always a political statement to say that Pam Bondi knew. She said it was on her file. She obviously misspoke. What she really meant was she did not do the investigation yet. She goes, it's right here on my desk. She didn't know what was on her desk because they didn't do the investigation yet. So that's not giving her a pass. She obviously overspoke, and she did overpromise. Trump overpromised, Bongino overpromised, Kash Patel overpromised. Everyone on the right in MAGA, including anyone on YouTube, right wing on YouTube, overpromised because we didn't know what was in there. So if you're going off what the culture says and what the internet has said, we're all just guessing. And yes, many people overpromised.
Then we're told there's no report. So you can understand the deep skepticism Americans have when they hear that today.
Oh, you wish there was deep skepticism, Chuck. He's hoping, he's praying to Moloch. Moloch, please let there be deep skepticism among MAGA and undermine Trump, please.
Bondi's personal prosecutors, yes, the very ones under her direction, are preparing to interview Ghislaine Maxwell, Jeffrey Epstein's longtime accomplice behind closed doors in Florida.
And that proves nothing that they're going to talk to her, even people under Bondi, that they're going to talk to Ghislaine Maxwell. They need more information they can't get anymore because there's no files. They went and looked, there's nothing there. So even Alan Dershowitz said one person who might know information who didn't give it up at that last court case in 2019 or whenever it was, and can give it up now with immunity is Ghislaine Maxwell. It doesn't mean that she's going to spew a bunch of stuff that gets people in trouble. It doesn't, because I don't know what's rolling around in her head. She hasn't said anything about it since. But now they're going to, all that happens is the people under Pam Bondi, remember Pam Bondi is their boss. She could call them all off it, but she didn't. So she's not trying to be all secretive the way that Chuck Schumer is implying here.
Let me repeat.
Oh, please do repeat.
Under no circumstances should anyone from Donald Trump's Department of Justice be allowed to privately interview Ghislaine Maxwell. The conflict of interest just stares you in the face, and it's unacceptable.
Yeah, I don't care either way. If she gives more information in private, I don't care. I do think it should be public, but you can't, he's automatically implying it's something against Trump, and it's not, just because they may have to protect some witnesses that she might name.
If you've been following this saga, and given how the White House and Speaker Johnson have so mishandled it, and who hasn't been following it, you know exactly why this moment is so dangerous.
Okay, and if they hadn't been following it, you wouldn't be bringing it up because you saw it trending on Google. You read your Twitter, or you had your assistant read Twitter. You have to, your assistant actually had to tell you what Twitter is, because I'm sure he has no idea.
There is every reason to fear that Donald Trump could offer Ghislaine Maxwell a pardon in exchange for silence or even worse, phony exoneration.
I don't think we should be going to Ghislaine Maxwell anyway. She's the only person that we know is guilty who's actually seeing time. And now we're going to have to offer her a pardon to have her tell us about more information that may not get anyone in trouble. So you may not get more justice, and you're going to remove the only just resemblance of justice that we've seen is her sitting in prison for human trafficking. That's the bad side of what I see coming. There's not that, and that doesn't affect Democrats or Republicans. I don't care.
Let me be clear. Trump is sending his personal lawyer, Todd Blanche, to try and execute a corrupt cover-up, potentially offering leniency to a woman who also abused the victims. Enough. Enough.
So wait, Schumer doesn't want more information from Ghislaine Maxwell. So first he accuses the Republicans of a cover-up, and then they are saying, we're going to get more information from her, which is the only chance you have of uncovering things. And he goes, in their offering her a pardon for the interview, they're performing a cover-up.
Enough with the hiding. Enough with the excuses, and enough with the cover-up. The American people deserve transparency. They deserve answers. And there are massive questions here, not just for the president, but for the vice president, the attorney general, the FBI director, and Republican leaders in Congress. What's in the files?
You don't know, and you don't care. Hopefully it's like 100% all Democrat donors and we can just dismantle them all. That would be hilarious.
When did they learn about it? And how?
They don't know. That's why they're having to ask. The same way that all of us don't know, and we're going to learn about it as soon as someone tells us anything new or recovers a new piece of information. That's even assuming there's information there. We don't even know there's anything there.
How long have they been misleading the American people?
And other questions.
So today, on the heels of Speaker Johnson fleeing town to avoid accountability,
Speaker Johnson has said they had this break scheduled since last year. And now Chuck Schumer says that he's only fleeing town to avoid responsibility. It's been on the docket in the Republican files since last year, scheduled.
And following this damning report from the Wall Street Journal, I am calling on the administration to provide a closed-door briefing to all senators on the Epstein files.
No, an open door. Bring it out in public. And the Wall Street Journal article that he's referencing has largely been discredited. That's one where Trump supposedly drew a picture because he's so artistic.
The Senate deserves to hear directly from senior administration officials about Donald Trump's name appearing in these files and the complete lack of transparency shown to date.
Yeah. This is going to go nowhere, Chuck. I'm just laughing because they have nothing. They have nothing to run on. This is the best thing they've got. This is the only thing that I've seen them stand on, and it's not going to last. This is going to be gone in 15 minutes, and then they'll try and find something else to run on. So in the meanwhile, it is good news if Democrats are distracted on Epstein. I don't want Republicans distracted on Epstein. That's my position. I'm Doug in Exile. Shout out to the Quad Club. Thanks for watching.